Apologies for this video being so late. I was in a car accident on Sunday, and that's why I could not edit it. But anyway, enjoy the race. Welcome to Southern California, the Auto Club Speedway, here for the 2017 Auto Club 400. 35 of America's best stock car drivers look to take on this 2-mile speedway. Let's take a look at some of our drivers to watch for. Kyle Larson on the pole. He put down a wickedly fast lap. Definitely want to be one of the cars to stop today. Kevin Harvick, he's been fast. Almost won the Daytona 500. Dominated Atlanta and almost won that race. Hopefully today is his lucky day. And Ryan Newman, who lost Atlanta due to failing post-race inspection. We'll see what he has today to try and get that win back. And 14 drivers failed pre-race inspection, so they will all be starting at the back of the field. Now it's time for the command.
Please welcome today's Grand Marshal, Scott Eastwood.
You know what they say, if you ain't first, you're last. So drivers, start your engines!
And the cars roll off, and we'll take a look at your Auto Club 400 starting lineup. In row 1, Kyle Larson, the pole sitter, next to Kyle Busch, the Kyle and Kyle show. In row 2, Kevin Harvick, next to the young shot, Chase Elliott. In row 3, 2 veterans, Martin Truex Jr. next to Jimmy Johnson. In row 4, Joey Logano, in a good qualifying effort for Austin Dillon. And in row 5, the Ryan show, Ryan Blaney and Ryan Newman looking to rebound after last week. Row 6, Clint Bowyer and Denny Hamlin. And in row 7, Eric Jones, who crashed in practice, will be going to the back next to Danica Patrick. Row 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his teammate Casey Kane. And in row 9, Eric Almirola and Paul Menard. Row 10, Trevor Bayne and Daniel Suarez. And in row 11, Landon Castle on a third straight bad qualifying effort for Jamie McMurray. Row 12, Matt DiBenedetto and J.J. Yeley making his second start. And in row 13, it's Greg Gaulding and Chris Buescher. Row 14, Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch getting into the cars who did not qualify. Row 15, Michael McDowell and Matt Kenseth. Row 16, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and David Reagan. And in row 17, Ty Dillon next to Corey LaJoie. And rounding out this 35-car field today is A.J. Allmendinger. Take a look at our Lowe's race facts. 200 laps. Stage 1 and 2, each 60 laps. Stage 3, 80 laps. And our last year's winner, Kyle Busch. Beautiful day here in Southern California. We are ready for the green flag. Green flag in the air. We're racing in Southern California. Three to four wide through turn 1, Kyle Larson got off to a big lead. Kevin Harvick has moved into second. Kyle Busch has fallen back, and it's Kyle Larson who leads lap 1. One car spins off turn 4. It's Ryan Blaney, and he spins down the racetrack And the caution will come out on lap 44. And there is the Wood Brothers number 21 of Ryan Blaney, who will get back in the right direction. Let's take a look at what happened. He's at the top of your screen. And it just looked like he was riding the wall through 3 and 4, and just the back of the car just got upset, and around he went. Man, good job by Corey LaJoie by just keeping the gas pedal in it and avoiding it. Good job by Johnson Keselowski to avoid it as well. As Blaney spun down by the pit entry. Here it is in real time. As the car got loose and around it went, but he'll be able to continue. Last lap of stage number 1, Kyle Larson, who has dominated this stage, looking to finish. Kevin Harvick is about 0.6 of a second back. Don't know how much time he'll have to get up to the leader. But Larson just doing what he's been doing all stage, riding that outside line and just pulling away from the rest of the field. Down the back straightaway, the lead has grown to 0.7 of a second. And now we'll go on board with Kyle Larson, seeing how he rides that outside line around the racetrack. One of the best in the field at doing so, getting right up next to that wall, getting all that momentum as he comes off of turn 4. Kyle Larson will get his first stage win of the year. See Larson joined by Harvick, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex, Dale Jr., and the others rounding out this top 10. Last lap in stage number 2. This race is taking completely different control, as now Kyle Busch has a 2.5 second lead over his teammate Matt Kenseth. Busch seems to be the faster car now. Kyle Larson seems like when he's back in dirty air, does not have the car to beat. As Kyle Busch down the back straightaway. And it looks like he'll put Danica Patrick 1 lap down and could possibly get up to the others. But he'll come through turn 3 and 4. And Kyle Busch, just like Kyle Larson, he'll get his first stage win of 2017. Kyle Busch will win the stage, followed by his teammate Kenseth, Larson, Johnson, Keselowski, Harvick, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, and Joey Logano. As they come through, one car slow on the back straightaway. It's the 23 of Greg Goulding, who looks like has blown a right front tire, and that will bring out the caution for the second time for incident. But the 23 will be able to continue after blowing a right front tire. We'll be right back for the restart. Larson only has 15 more laps. One car spins off turn 2. It's Ryan Newman who's going to back it down and keep it away from that inside wall. And a late race caution. This changes the course of this race. But nevertheless, Newman will get in the right direction. Let's take a look at what happened just on the inside of Ricky Stenhouse. And just like Ryan Blaney, the back end stepped out. This time he was running the inside by another car, and look at the job Newman does to stay off that inside wall. Turns the wheel to the left and then puts it in reverse. Good job not coming in front of the field and coming in a much bigger crash than what it was. And it really sucks. He was looking to get more points after that win got taken away from him in Atlanta, and here it is in real speed. But, like I said, this changes everything. And look at this. Cars are on pit road. So they'll have 4 fresh tires for this next restart. And who knows? Cautions breed cautions. We'll see what happens. One car hard on the wall off turn 4. Now spinning. It's Ricky Stenhouse who collects Eric Jones. And man, Eric Jones will hit the inside wall. And the caution comes out with 5 laps to go in the Auto Club 400. Eric Jones hit the inside wall pretty hard, and he collected Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse, who are on pit road getting repairs. Let's take a look at what happened. This all started off turn 4. This looked like Stenhouse tried to come in front of the 3 of Austin Dillon. He got put in the wall and overcorrected, and he collected Eric Jones, and they both spun down the racetrack. Stenhouse was able to avoid the inside wall, however, Eric Jones was not. But this sets up overtime. It will be a 2-lap dash, and as long as the leader gets to the overtime line, the race is official. And here it is one more time in real time. This happens so fast. But those cars who pitted under the Ryan Newman caution, they'll get to stay out. And they'll probably have track position depending on what the leaders do. See, Stenhouse and Austin Dillon will be able to continue. And yes, they do. Keselowski, Bain, and McMurray, they'll stay out here for overtime, our first overtime of this season. Overtime, presented by Credit One Bank, and Trevor Bayne spins the tires on the outside, and Kyle Busch makes a move. Keselowski will get out to a big lead, but here comes that 18. He's charging back. Keselowski, he is on about 10-lap older tires, so this will definitely hurt him. Larson charging up the outside. Keselowski, he will get a nice run off turn 2, so will Kyle Larson. Busch and Larson side by side. That's exactly what Keselowski wants to see as they go down the back straightaway. Larson trying to close the gap. Him and Busch are still side by side. Matt Kenseth joining the battle as we go on board with Kyle Larson. Keselowski gets a good entry, but Larson will get a good entry, and an exit, and he will clear Kyle Busch off of turn 4. 1 lap to go for Brad Keselowski in California. Busch back to the inside of Kyle Larson. We'll see what Kenseth does. He could affect who gets second, but meanwhile Keselowski is way in front, on board with Larson again. Keselowski's better corners are turn 1 and 2. He slides up in front of Larson. Keselowski with a huge run off turn 2. Larson closing the gap. Keselowski, will he have enough? I don't think Larson will be able to get to him. We'll see through turn 3. Keselowski on the bottom. Larson trying to get one last run on the top. It's been the year of the underdogs, but in this race, we really saw some championship contenders stick out. Brad Keselowski wins the Auto Club 400 on strategy. A great race where Keselowski was able to pull it off on strategy. And he will burn it down here in California, Ford's first win of 2017. A great job for Keselowski. We'll take a look at your finishing results. Keselowski, Larson, Kyle Busch, an excellent race for Matt Kenseth. He was able to crawl into the top 5. Joey Logano, Kurt Busch had a quiet day. He finished inside the top 10. Martin Truex, who started up front, just fell all the way back once those green flag pit stops started. Casey Kane, a good job from his penalty. He rebounded to 16th. And a couple guys back here. Good finish for Daniel Suarez. He got a top 25. And then AJ Allmendinger finally got a finish inside the top 30. And then here's the last page. So there's some cars that straggled behind the pack. So point standings, it's really changed. Remember, Ryan Newman, he got his win taken away because he failed post-race inspection. So Keselowski and Buescher are now locked in. Harvick, Larson, Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano have a comfortable points gap above that cut line. Where it gets interesting, Denny Hamlin's 7 points in front of Casey Kane for that last spot. But our next race, we go out to Phoenix for the Can-Am 500. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Verizon Cup Series.